We are the Pro2 team arguing pro that global partnerships are more important than local partnerships in order to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Introducing our team: Holly from the United Kingdom, Amra from Canada, Denisa from Romania, Nehan from Sri Lanka, Maggie from the Philippines, Han from Vietnam, Tobe from South Africa, and Ella Faria from Belgium.
Global partnerships are defined as voluntary relationships between various members of the international community, in which all participants agree to work together to achieve a common purpose or undertake a specific task. Local partnerships are defined as a cooperative agreement in the local context involving member stakeholders of the public, private, community, and voluntary sector organizations.
Global partnerships play an important role in achieving the UN SDGs as they empower, endorse, and endow partnerships which unite nations to collaborate in working toward the SDGs for a better world and future.
Our first main argument is that global organizations can put pressure on national governments and industries to regulate in a way that enhances UN SDGs. For instance, being threatened by FIFA to remove from the system of member unions, Iranian government finally decided that women in Iran are able to go to stadiums to watch football after more than 40 years, which setting the base for this country to partly approach gender equality.
Our second main argument is that some of the problems that the Sustainable Development Goals aim to fix are not bound by any sort of borders, and they transcend local barriers and capabilities. Examples of these are climate change, life below water and above land, responsible consumption and production, reducing inequalities, peace and justice, and many others.
Global organizations can combine strengths of a variety of stakeholders at the global level: governments, NGOs, corporations. In example, WHO working with national and international health organizations to reduce and mitigate the spread of a disease.
Aside from all those points, those in which partake in global partnerships have access to a central power to gain funding, resources, education, and training. An example are UNESCO schools empowering children and young people to play an active role for combating climate change through education.
Our next point is that global partnerships bring nations to a common goal as they focus on the global problems that need to be solved within the Sustainable Development Goals. For example, Paris Agreement focuses on holding the global average temperature increase to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels.
Global partnerships empower a global response to solve the Sustainable Development Goals, which are universal, as they can partner with international organizations, private sectors, national governments, development partners, civil society organizations, trade unions, and much more. We can take UNESCO's partnerships as an example. UNESCO's partners are diverse, ranging from governments, UN agencies and programs, to multinational companies and small and medium-sized enterprises and foundations. They are found worldwide, creating a powerful network of solidarity. Global partnerships enhance international support for implementing effective and targeted capacity building in developing and developed countries to support national plans to implement all Sustainable Development Goals. An example of this is the UNDP. The UNDP is working to strengthen new frameworks for development, disaster risk reduction, and climate change by supporting countries' efforts to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals.
Therefore, global partnerships are critical in regards to achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals, as they provide many resources, much support, and the empowerment needed to solve these problems at a global scale while transcending the boundaries of local partnerships. To conclude our argument, here is a quotation said by Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations. "I am deeply convinced that there is no other way to deal with global challenges than with global responses." Thank you for listening to our argument.